Hi, my name is Ben. I'm a person with a rare disability who likes to go to the Bell Plus program. I know that you're the director of the MCA, so tell me, what inspires you the most to come to work every day?
I think I'm extremely lucky to be working, first of all, on this incredible site right on the harbour, but most of all to be able to bring the work of living artists to a wider audience and to see the look on people's faces when they encounter wonderful works of art for the first time. And of course, the Bella programme is one of my big favourites. To give people opportunities to interact, to be creative themselves, and to think about what the world of artists means to them, I think that's the thing that gives me the greatest pleasure.
Recently, I went to look at the new collection, and my personal favourite of the new collection was A Soft Kiss. To me, it's very deceptive and definitely a work that I never thought would be possible to be made out of a fabric that disguises itself. So tell me, what is your new favourite artwork in the new art collection?
I have a lot of favourites, but I have to say there's one that I always go back to look at, and that's the work by Stuart Ringholt. It's actually called Untitled, but it's a big clock. But it's not a normal clock, it's like a large-scale version of a carriage clock that would sit on your mantelpiece. But this one's 2.8 metres high. And as soon as you start looking at it, you realise there's something not quite right, because what the artist has done is speeded up time. So it actually goes round in 18 hours rather than 24. And I love it, not least because you can see the mechanics of the clock if you look behind, and you can see the world spinning on its axis. So it really makes you think about yourself in relationship to the world, but also the fact that we're all hurtling around trying to do too much. So the idea of speeded up time is something that really resonates with me, being a very busy person. And I think that's true of a lot of artworks. It's about how you respond to them personally, and not necessarily with the way the artist meant them to be, but it's your own very special response that matters. And you've clearly had that with the one you were talking about before, the Soft Kiss.
And before we finish up, is there anything more that you'd like to know, or?
What do you think it is that makes the Bella Plus program so special for you, Ben?
For me, it's definitely the people. With my experience, I've worked with Brooke, who's my Bella Plus art partner, and I've gained a lot of knowledge and became really good friends with her throughout that, and that is really special to me. It's also the people that I've gotten to know as well, all the other art educators, as well as
they're a very special crowd, aren't they?
They are, as well as the people that I became really good friends with. Throughout the program.
It's great to hear that, because I think one of the things we are very proud of that makes the MCA very special is that all of our educators, many of them, not entirely all of them, but most of them are artists themselves. So it's a very different experience coming here from, say, the kind of art learning you might have in a classroom. So you have wonderful exhibitions to look at, but then you have wonderful creative people to interpret those exhibitions for you.
I totally agree, and I've always, when I first got here, I didn't know what to expect, but I did end up meeting someone who had the same disability as mine, which is very rare. I don't really get to see that many people with my disability at all. So I was very happy and surprised. I knew straight away what he had.
So it's a networking too.
Yeah, networking
Meeting
as
someone.
well. Yeah, I really do enjoy Bella Plus. It definitely gives the people a new and more dynamic way of looking at art, and have a good time, and let us be creative and let us be who we are. I've always loved that about the Bella Plus program, as well as Brooke as well. So
fantastic.
I would love to know what kind of art that you do, or
I've got a confession to make. I'm hopeless. I can't even draw. I couldn't do art when I was at school. I did music, and so getting into art for me has been a whole different thing. So I'm an appreciator, but I'm not a doer.
What kind of instruments did you learn?
I played violin, guitar, recorder, organ, church organ.
Yeah.
I think that was it. But I didn't go to music school in the end because my mathematics teacher told me it would be a waste of a good brain, which was a little disturbing.
waste of a good brain. Music is the way that people live. It's
Exactly.
literally, like, it's layers. It's not, maths is something that really bottles up your brain, because
Exactly.
a lot of people out there aren't really good at maths, and me personally, I'm not really good at it, but when it comes to art and sports and everything, I'm good at it, and I just know what my strengths and weaknesses are, so.
Well, that's why it's so important. There's a wonderful professor
Mm.
of education who's written a book called How Finding Your Passion
Yeah.
Changes Everything.
Mm.
And that's really what it is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
finding what really makes you want
Yeah.
to get out of bed in the morning and
Yeah.
do wonderful things. And you've
Mm.
obviously found it through art, which is
Yeah.
wonderful. And I did too eventually, but I had a bit of a detour before I got
Yeah.